Lovely viewers, welcome to another exciting segment of Cybercrime Alert on GH Police TV, the leading cybersecurity awareness show currently happening in Ghana. And as you know, on this show, we equip you with tools and resources you need to safeguard yourself, especially with the growing cybercrime happening in our space. Today, we have a twist in the turn of this show, and I have a very distinguished person whom I know personally, and we are fortunate to have him on the show. He's a cryptocurrency expert, and with the rise in cryptocurrency scams happening, we promised you that we would educate you on what it means when somebody talks about a blockchain, or somebody tells you he's using Binance, or somebody has been scammed with cryptocurrency and all that. Today I have an expert who is going to educate you and I on what cryptocurrency is, what the blockchain is, and the scams that are happening. And if you are watching, I am your host, Detective Lance Corporal Danstan Guba, your cybersecurity expert with the Ghana Police Service. And as I said, we are going to talk about cryptocurrency scams and what is happening in the world of blockchain and cryptocurrency. So I have here with me, I'll let him introduce himself before I make any mistakes with his name and where he's coming from. But like I said, he's an expert we have here today. So sir, you are welcome to Cybercrime Alert.
I'm Atul Harilal. So thank you so much, Dunstan, for the introduction. I come from Singapore, from a private organization called as Uppsala Security. And what we do at Uppsala Security is to protect individuals from getting scammed, especially with the rising crimes of cryptocurrency. And in the event that people do fall victim or prey to such kind of scams, then to assist them through our solutions that are tailored towards the needs of such individuals.
Yes, thank you so much. I think that was elaborate, and I'm glad. Welcome again to Cybercrime Alerts on GH Police TV. You mentioned cryptocurrency. In our space, we hear the word cryptocurrency. Can you explain in detail what cryptocurrency is for the purposes of our viewers out there who don't know what cryptocurrency is? What is cryptocurrency?
So cryptocurrency, I would say in simple terms, is backed up by blockchain, and blockchain is an underlying technology that has a lot of benefits. For example, if we are to compare it with traditional payment systems like bank, the bank is the central figure there that facilitates the payments between different individuals. But for example, with the underlying technology that blockchain provides, it is very decentralized in the sense that, for example, if I have cryptocurrency and if I want to send some cryptocurrency to you, I can just send it directly to you by knowing your wallet address. And there is no need of a central figure like a bank to facilitate these kind of transactions. So it is supposed to be a universal currency that anybody in any part of the world can potentially own and can transact with. That was the main idea about it.
Yes, you mentioned blockchain, and I heard you mentioned funds transfer and all that. Is it a physical cash cryptocurrency? With your explanation, it means that it is money, right? Mm-hmm. Is it a physical cash? Can we see it?
So it's a digital currency which is associated to your wallet. So in the sense that you can purchase this at various places. For example, you can have you have some financial institutions similar to banks that are called as exchanges, where you can actually purchase it. And then you can potentially spend them, you can potentially give it to other individuals, and so on and so forth. So yes, at the end you can actually transact it and you can actually convert it into fiat cash through those services itself. So it is just another commodity or a digital currency that anybody can own.
Yes, thank you. where do people get this cryptocurrency? You mentioned that the exchanges are like banks for cryptocurrency. So do you go to an exchange to purchase the cryptocurrency? And what are some of the exchanges?
Exchanges are basically like financial institutions, like I mentioned. And for example, for people to actually buy cryptocurrency, each of these exchanges or each of these financial service providers have apps, like any day-to-day apps. So you can actually just download these apps from various app stores, and you can create an account. And once you've created the account using your credit card or sometimes even using your bank account, you can transfer some amount of physical fiat currency into these accounts, and then you can potentially trade that into cryptocurrency. So it's as simple as that.
Okay, thank you so much. I think now the understanding is going on well for all of us. So what he just said is that the cryptocurrency is not a physical cash you get, it's a virtual currency, which it is stored. Is it stored in the exchanges? You get that from the banks, right? Or from the exchanges?
So exchanges are usually the individual or the entities that have these cryptocurrencies. So you get it from these exchanges.
So they work like a bank.
Yes.
Yes. But then you would have to use the physical cash to buy the cryptocurrencies.
Yes, in the form of credit cards or in the form
Yes.
of bank account, bank transfers.
Okay. And then once you buy it, you have the cryptocurrency.
Yes.
Thank you so much. We are learning, and if this is the first time you are tuning in into Cybercrime Alert on GH Police TV, we are talking about cryptocurrency crimes, and we are learning what cryptocurrency is. And now we are at the point where we want to understand what are the currencies. Are they in different kinds, different types? Because with the fiat currency, the physical cashes, we know. I can talk of the dollar, the Ghana cedi. I know of euros. Are there different forms of currencies with the cryptocurrencies, and what are they?
Yes. So I mean, unfortunately, there are a lot of cryptocurrencies. The major ones are, I think, what you would have heard is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain. So these are like different currencies which are circulating on various blockchains. So they are running on different blockchains, and these currencies are potentially, their value changes based on the interest that is garnered from different investors that want to invest into these projects, and this is what users actually look for to gain some amount of profits from them, and to be able to encash them at the right time.
Yes, thank you. You mentioned of blockchain. I want to get the understanding clear. What is the blockchain? That is my first question. My second question is, are the exchanges on the blockchain, and how are the two related? Because for our viewers out there, they would want to know what the blockchain is. How is the blockchain relevant to cryptocurrency? Because I know you've mentioned that the cryptocurrency is on the blockchain. So can you expand that for us to understand?
Absolutely. So blockchain is basically nothing but a record book. I can sort of compare it to a record book. So like, let's say for example, if we are to talk about like a record book, which is like, maybe there is a record book keeping, it is possible to, let's say for example, erase some of the records, and then this results in tampering.
Yeah.
So if we are to look at it from the financial aspect, and if we are to look at all the different transactions that are made by different people, if they are to be kept in a record book, it can be easily tampered. So as a result of which there can be a lot of fraudulent activities. So the main concept of blockchain is to be a record book that is resistant towards tampering to the best. So it is basically, just as the word blockchain, if you split it, it is basically just a chain of different blocks where each of these blocks are containing transaction records of different users that are making different transactions. And exchanges, since they are a part of blockchain, or since they are a part of cryptocurrency, their transactions will also be recorded within the blockchain. So basically it is like an open book that shows all the transactions that have been made within the blockchain.
Okay. Is the blockchain accessible to everybody? In an instance, let's say I am using cryptocurrency and I buy cryptocurrency from the exchanges, any of the exchanges. Am I able to see the transaction even after 10 years? And can anyone see that transaction that I've made? Because with the banks, when I go and make a purchase in the bank, even though they will record it, at least I know that they won't make my transaction known to the public. So with cryptocurrency, I just want to know, does it have anything like that?
Yes, I think that's a great question. So as you correctly mentioned, like in a bank, I think one of the most important aspects is privacy of the users, because of which people are not able to see each other's transactions. But in the case of blockchain, all these transactions are recorded. So like even 10 years later, you would be able to see that, okay, such and such a transaction was made. So like in your example, if there is a transaction which indicates purchasing of cryptocurrency from an exchange, that will be recorded in the blockchain. But then there comes a concept of privacy, because it shouldn't be stored on the blockchain that exchange send some amount of money to this individual, because that is a breach of privacy. So that is where there is some sort of anonymity, where user information is anonymized in the form of a wallet address. So you see that some transaction has been made between two parties, but you do not know, or outside individuals do not know that the parties involved were so and so. So it sort of helps to keep the privacy, and but if you do know that this individual has a wallet address like this, it can be obtained from the blockchain and you would be able to notice it.
So let's talk a bit about the crimes happening in cryptocurrency. You are an expert in cryptocurrency, and I know you've worked with law enforcement. What are the types of crimes you've been seeing that you think globally affects everyone?
I would say that there are firstly like a lot of crimes, and most of the time these crimes are actually, even today, I would say, is exploiting the lack of knowledge by the end users about cryptocurrency. Because when we talk to a lot of people, sometimes they view cryptocurrency as something that they can gain money out of quickly. So they would have actually heard about some investment. So investment frauds, I would say, are one of the major cryptocurrency crime, where people are actually made to believe that there exists a sort of an investment scheme that will allow them to obtain money or even double the returns as quickly as possible. So this sort of crime, I think, is quite prevalent nowadays within cryptocurrency, and we see it across a large number of countries.
Yes, thank you so much. I think I hear people say, if you invest in cryptocurrency, you get a lot of money. I mean, somebody told me that a friend informed him that there is something called cryptocurrency, and that if he puts, let's say, $1,000 he's going to get $2,000. Is it true? We hear that a lot.
No, it is definitely not true, in the sense that I mean, there are ways in which this can be like done. There are some sort of bots that exist some programs that exist, because as I mentioned, since blockchain data is publicly available, it is possible to see what kind of transactions are happening. So there are some very clever traders that look for, or that are continuously looking at the blockchain to see what all new transactions are happening. And when they see that there is a big transaction that is coming which can increase the price suddenly, they would want to do it before that. So there are some clever traders like that. There are some people like that, but at the same time, most of the times this is not the case. I mean, you will not see a lot of price fluctuation within a matter of minutes or a matter of a few hours. So doubling would take some amount of time in normal cases, and so therefore individuals have to be very careful before making such a decision.
Yes, thank you so much for that. I want to also understand, with the crimes happening, you mentioned notably investment crimes, scams happening with cryptocurrency. For somebody who wants to, who is hearing of cryptocurrency and want to know more about it, what are the red flags in terms of scams and crimes happening with cryptocurrency that you think the person should know of?
So in terms of red flags, we've often seen that a lot of these criminals, they try to portray investment schemes as quick rich schemes, wherein, as you notably mentioned, doubling of the money within a matter of a few minutes, or you invest a certain amount of money and keep it for a few months, and you will return, or you will be returned with maybe 5 to 6 times amount of money. So I think one thing is that I think it's a general thing that it is not easy to get multiplied returns in a short span of time, especially when you're talking about like a larger group of people that want to do it. So whenever you see things like, obtain money quickly, the especially related to time, if they are promising something in a short span of time, then I think your conscience should tell you that this is fishy, and that I need to get more information before I start investing in it.
I think that's an eye opener. That's an eye opener. There was this scenario that I was made aware of. So a group of people set up a project on crypto. I'm not so sure what it was, but they recruited individuals and then they told them to invest certain amount of money, and every day they would have to perform certain actions on the platform. And one other thing was that they would have to also recruit other people. So the more you recruit, the more your money doubles. Is that true? Is it real?
Yeah, so actually that's a very good question, because this reminds me of multi-level marketing. I think this kind of pyramid schemes have been there in the traditional finance systems as well. So in this case, actually what happens is that every time when you get somebody below you, they would have to make some sort of payments, and then a portion of these payments which are made are redirected back to you in the beginning in order to instill confidence in those initial investors that okay, this is a good scheme. So this happens like a few number of times, but after some point of time it is not possible, because as you can see, the amount of money that is going into the system is from the investors, and this is what is being redirected and redistributed. So multiplied returns, it cannot happen unless they are investing it somewhere else, but even that will take strategic planning and thinking. So in most of these situations, whenever they are doing, or whenever they are talking about doubling, it is something that you need to think about, and it needs to be reduced and brought into limelight.
Yes, I think even in this instance, eventually the platform stopped working and huge sums of monies were taken. I was just thinking how that was possible. They were not able to access their logins and their money. That is more like the system just vanished.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I mean, like in cryptocurrency, whenever, in this case of multi-level marketing, when an individual is investing into the platform, the money would go into a cryptocurrency wallet that is most likely belonging to the group of people running this multi-level marketing scheme. So once they see that they have actually obtained enough amount of money in their wallets, then they decide to make an exit, and that is when the systems go offline and they start to move the funds that they have accumulated in their wallets.
I think this is an area where if you are watching me and you hear of some of these things, it's an area you need to be very, very careful and mindful of, especially when they are telling you to call friends and family members to join and all that. And there was even an instance somebody used a group's contribution, the monthly contribution they do for a group, to invest in that, hoping that the next month he will get money, and then it just ceased off.
Exactly. So I mean, it really depends. I mean, a criminal could, or in this case the administrator could potentially pull off this exit at any point of time, and most of the time they would try to get as much as possible, but at some point of time people start to get suspicion, and the minute they start to get suspicion, and when they are alerted that the suspicions are rising, then they would start to pull away from it.
Yes. Being an expert, aside investments, scams, are there any other forms of crypto crimes that you know that these cyber criminals engage in the world of cryptocurrency?
I think apart from investment scams, there are a few, especially I think one that is quite notable is romance scam. I feel it is very much popular across all parts of the world, where somebody would be lured by another individual looking for a romantic relationship, and once the trust is built between the victim and the person, they are actually asked to pay some amount of money. They start to share their problems with the victim, and the victim in a nice manner starts to then provide some sort of help. Sometimes they even investment fraud and romance scam also comes hand in hand. So that is one area. Apart from that, I think there are a lot of scam projects wherein the criminals actually start to create their own cryptocurrency.
Okay.
And they start to market it, but then these criminals again are trying to lure victims to purchase these tokens. So this cryptocurrency sort of acts as a front for maybe some other activities, and once they see that a number of individuals have bought this cryptocurrency, they would start to run away, or they would start to exit from the project and run away with the profits that have been made.
Thank you for that education. Being an expert, what are the trends in the crimes in cryptocurrency that you foresee, especially with the fast growing technology happening?
Definitely, I think the criminals are becoming a lot more, they are able to change the way in which they approach. So in the beginning, I think about 4 to 5 years ago, the scams were quite less complicated, in the sense that in cryptocurrency, for example, or in when you have a wallet, There is a private key, which is sort of like maybe like a password, but this private key is the one that you need to keep to yourself. So in the beginning, cryptocurrency criminals would just sometimes ask victims for their private key, and due to the lack of knowledge, they would share this private key with them, giving them the access to your wallet. But then with the time, they understood that victims or investors within the cryptocurrency space have obtained more awareness. So now they start to have more innovative ways, such as smart contracts, where things are a little bit more complicated in order to gain the trust and approval of victims in order to invest in something. So criminals are definitely evolving in that manner from time to time to conduct these transactions.
Thank you. Thank you. For somebody engaging in cryptocurrency or wanting to engage in cryptocurrency, what is the best advice you will give the person?
So cryptocurrency was created specifically for users who want to have control over their own funds. Like, I think currently there are like Gen Zs, for example, or newer generations that they want to invest money in different areas, and they want to be able to have full control of the funds that they have. So in such scenarios, it can be a lot of responsibility regarding the security of your funds comes to yourself. So it is very important to for someone before investing to actually understand what cryptocurrency is. I mean, it shouldn't be that, like as you mentioned correctly, that a friend has made some profits and a friend has actually found something that can make money, so let me just follow his leads, because in such cases the lack of knowledge is what makes the big difference, and you become, or you sometimes lose funds to such projects.
Wow, that's impressive. Viewers at home, if you are watching the show, this is Cybercrime Alert on GH Police TV, and we are talking about cryptocurrency scams, specifically everything you need to know about cryptocurrency. And we are fortunate to have an expert to explain certain things to us. For me, I really never knew anything about cryptocurrency until today. I learned that cryptocurrency is a virtual currency which was created. You know what virtual is? At least you wouldn't have to carry the physical cash. It's kept in something you can think of as a bank, which is called an exchange. Are there exchange? Can you mention some of the exchanges in crypto?
So the most notable ones are Binance, Coinbase. These are a few big exchanges that are.
Binance, as you mentioned, Coinbase, those are like banks that keeps your monies. Are there fake exchanges, like unregulated exchanges?
So regulation is a little bit of a complicated term, in the sense that not just exchanges, but I'm saying in general for cryptocurrency, since the concept is that anybody can make a transaction with anybody, regulating it is actually a challenge, because like how you have a bank in traditional financial system, it can be regulated and law enforcement or government authorities are able to look into it. But now when anybody can make transactions with anyone, it is no longer within a specific country, it is cross border, the concept of regulation becomes quite challenging. So, and this has been one of the aspects, I would say, which will be I think something that a lot of the countries will be taking up in the future.
Yes. So moving forward, as you heard him, regulating these exchanges is a bit of a problem, and I think it's something for the future. Yes, but then if you are learning about cryptocurrency and hoping to engage in it, you should understand that there are some scams that happens, and as he mentions, where individuals will tell you to invest money, and in the shortest possible time, shortest minutes, you get times 5 of that. You should know that that is a red flag. And also, you mentioned of you mentioned of some crypto coins that these cyber criminals develop that are not popular, and then it dies off or something.
Yeah.
Yes, I think the takeout is that be careful and learn about it before you engage in it. If you don't, you might engage on anything that a friend may request that you should, and then your money will run at a loss. And I think that in our ever growing technological world, the internet is open for us to do research, verify and authenticate certain information before we engage in it. So if you are learning to want to engage in cryptocurrency, learn the right way. Are there some resources that you think you can give for a beginner hoping to learn about what this cryptocurrency is, and the obvious scams that would happen that he or she can prevent happening? Are there some resources available for that?
Absolutely. I mean, in such cases, like there are of course a lot of resources available on the internet. Like there are so many things that are available depending on what you want. Like even for example, if you want to read very in depth about Bitcoin, let's say for example, you have the anonymous creator that wrote the paper, that itself is available on the internet to see what exactly happens. And apart from that, companies like us, we do trainings regarding these areas where we not only talk about what exactly is blockchain, what is cryptocurrency, but also the different types of crimes like that we have been covering today, and how or what steps should be taken to, one, prevent it as much as possible, and in the event that you do fall prey to such scams, then what are the necessary steps that needs to be taken, which is also something that we offer through our tailored solutions.
Yes. If someone wants to know about this, I mean, you mentioned your company, which is Apsala Security. Yes, and I know for a fact that you've worked with law enforcement, and I must congratulate you on the good things you are doing. Even being here in Ghana, supporting Ghana Police Services is something. So for individuals who would want to learn more, where are you? Where can you be found?
So our company, as you correctly mentioned, is Uppsala Security. So you can look us up on Google, and you can contact us from there related to the tailored needs. And even we have certain services that are specifically catered to like victims, because as you correctly mentioned, there are a number of times when victims fall prey to such kind of scams. They report it to us, and then we are able to analyze the where the funds have gone through our tailored solutions, and we are able to provide reports and assistance to victims in this format, so that it makes the process easier for them about what needs to be done next.
Okay. Thank you so much. I think you've exhausted all the areas I need to talk about on cryptocurrency, and then I thank you so much. Your final words before we draw the curtains for today. Any final words for us, to the Ghanaian people watching you?
I would say, Ghana is a very rich country.
Yes.
I really enjoy.
I hope you enjoyed your stay, though.
No, absolutely. I think this is a very nice place to be. Like, very honest, with very nice people as well. So I really enjoy the culture and the tradition of Ghana. I think one thing is that before you do something, like especially in terms of cryptocurrency, it is very important to be aware. So it's because we are talking about money over here, and like money, whenever you invest in something, needs to be thought about and to be aware of all the consequences. So it is very important to be careful and to be ready when you are ready to invest. You should be knowledgeable about what needs to be done. So I would say stay safe and please do the necessary before making a crypto investment, and otherwise enjoy and have a nice the rest of the day.
Yes, thank you so much for coming on the show. Viewers, as you heard, stay safe, learn to do your own research about whatever kind of investment you find yourself in, especially when it comes to cryptocurrency. This is an area that is still being explored and understood in our own space as Ghanaian people. So please do the necessary research, and as you heard our expert said, knowledge is power. And this is where we bring today's segment of Cybercrime Alert on GH Police TV to an end, and I hope you would have learned something. At least cryptocurrency is a virtual currency, and one of the scams that happens is what? Investment scams, especially when somebody promises that you invest your money and then you get it times 5 of it in just the next few minutes or the next hour. You should know that that is a red flag of you being scammed. And thank you for staying tuned with us. Until we meet, keep watching GH Police TV for more exciting shows. I am your host, Detective Lance Corporal Danstan Guba, your cyber security expert with the Ghana Police Service. And I was joined here by Mr.
I'm Atul Harilal from Uppsala Security, Singapore, and it was a great pleasure to be on this show. I really hope it has been able to reach out to a larger audience and majorly, educate people about what needs to be done within this cryptocurrency space.
Yes. Thank you, and bye for now.
User command on